Yes, all good. Okay, everybody says it's all good. Okay, so we are good to go. And first off, thank you everybody for showing up here. And I haven't done a webinar for a long time, so it's kind of I kind of miss it. So I'm also excited to do this webinar because I do have something very valuable to share with you guys, and I decided to make this webinar a free webinar for Facebook Playroom members because I haven't done. I hope by this webinar I can bring some value to you guys just for being a member with FB Playroom. Okay, and I think we're good to go. We have still people joining us as we speak, so hopefully we will have a high turn up rate today. And first off, I have a free bonus at the end of the webinar. I decided to do this free bonus thing at the last minute because first I want to add some spice to the webinar, and also as a reward for people who can commit and show up. Of course, for whatever reasons, not everybody can attend the webinar live, but that's okay. But I just want to give you a incentive to show up live so you can ask some questions. We will have a Q&A at the very end of this webinar. So the bonus is I will show you a method you can use to build foundational income. You don't have to spend money, and of course you have to spend time, but time is not, we don't want to spend money, you have to spend time. And the good thing is you do not have to spend a lot of time. So I will show you how you can do that and to build some residual income for you, for your business. And so I will do that at the end of this webinar. Now, let's get started. First, look at this screen is my Google AdWords account. It's one of my accounts you can see from November the 1st to November 23rd. 23rd is the day I started making this presentation. So by that time, I have spent $3,902.52. That's in Canadian dollars. I'm a Canadian, so I use this one with my Canadian credit cards. And based on the exchange rate, and we can convert that into US dollars, the amount will be $2,925. Okay. At the time I made these slides, and this account has generated $9,500 in revenue for me. And as a matter of fact, on November 23rd, I closed the day with another $2,000 generated from this AdWords account with only $200 spending. But that's okay. We'll just leave this number, for our reference, for our example. Okay. So with this number, you can see I had a profit of $6,500 and $575. And that's the ROI, return on investment, will be 225%, which is good. Okay. So would you like to know how I would scale this? It's roughly $10,000 a month in revenue, right? So would you like to know how I would scale this $10,000 a month to $100,000 a month as my foundational income? So that would be our today's topic. I will show you exactly how I would do and with this kind of accounts and campaigns. So will you guys be excited to know? Yes, yes, yes. Everybody says yes, of course. Someone is asking if the recording be available. Yes, it will be available. It will be recorded. It's being recorded. Let me check everything. I have two computers recording this, so yeah, we're good. Okay, so first thing, what is foundational income? There's nobody talk about foundational income in the marketing space, especially in the CPA business. Probably I'm the first one and the only one, come up, coin this term and talk about it all the time. So it really came from my background. What bothers me when I got into the business world, what bothers me is, how many people do you know disappear after one-time glory? You probably, if you follow the, the richest, whatever, 100 people in the world, the billionaires, and you can see the rankings changing every year. And probably 20 or 30% of people will not be on the list the next year. So it's something, this is a business, it's changing so fast. It's changing every year, even every day. And if I do the business, if I run a business, it will be really, really bad if I, all of a sudden I had some success, then all of a sudden I lose it all. So that would be something really, really, that is something really, really bothers me. And in the CPA space, if you have been in this space for a while, or internet marketing space, you can see there are a lot of trainers, a lot of people teaching stuff, and they made some good money, then they disappeared. Okay, it's, I don't have to give names, but you should know there are quite a few such people. They just maybe they move on to something else, doing something else, but in many cases they have financial troubles, they have problems, and they can no longer do whatever they were teaching. So that is something really bugs me all the time. So if I want to do something, I would really, really want something really stable. So I don't know if you guys know this man. Anybody know this man? If you know, type in the chat box. If you don't know, that's fine, because this is Asian. If you are from Asia, you definitely know this man. If you don't, Sandra said I saw him somewhere. Yes, you probably saw him somewhere. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we have Paul said Li Ka-shing. Li Ka-shing is the richest man in Asia. So I think I did check yesterday. He has a net worth right now, I think it's $33 billion, and he has been in business for 60 years. So what impressed me is not a single 1 year. He has been through ups and downs in businesses, in politics all the time. So he has been through different cycles. 60 plus years in business, his net worth or his business never loses money in any single year. It always goes up, and even today, it still goes up every day. And looks like there's no limit, or no cap on how much money he can make. And so that got me really interested. So I really studied a lot on his business philosophies. He's not like a coach or teacher teaching people how to make money. It's a funny thing when people really do make money, they don't teach, right? So there's two things he talked in different occasions. One is when you run a business, you have to make sure you keep it stable. So that's the number one priority. And number two, you have to keep expanding. If you have a business, you cannot make it stale. You cannot make it, not changing. You need to keep expanding. But the first one comes is keep stable. So that's something really struck me when I, started doing my own business. I want to find a way to stabilize my income, stabilize my business. It doesn't matter the business, the whole environment is good or bad. I want to make money. I still want to have money coming in all the time. So with that said, I want to give you guys a quick demo of income, most people's income. I know you guys, some of you are brand new. Maybe you haven't got a business. You're interested to start a business. Maybe you have been in business for many years. I just want to give you guys some idea about people's income. When you first started, probably this applies to you. Okay, let me see. Okay, so here's the income. Here's the timeline. So let's say this is 1 year, okay? This is the month of January to December. And this is your sales. Okay, if you have a business, I want you, look at your own business and see if matches you, which scenario is your business. Okay, and if you're first start, if you just got started, maybe this is your business. You're making a little bit of money here, then stopped. Then some money here, then some money here, then some money here. Okay, so it's on and off. It's not stable, but you made money here and there, and over the course of 1 year, of course, you made money, and which is good, but it just doesn't feel good. Some days you have money coming in, but many days you don't. And so I call this kind of business, not I call, everybody can call this kind of business as a roller coaster. Like you are on a roller coaster. Sometimes you're on a high, sometimes you're on a lows, or many times you're on the zeros. Okay. Now the other business is like this. You can have a little bit of money across the whole year. Okay, this is still a year. This is still your dollar amount, and maybe it's not a lot. It could be, let's say, $100 a day. You keep getting this money for a full year. That is still okay, not bad, right? And if we look at these two scenarios, we will feel the second one is more stable because you keep getting money, even though it's not a lot of money, but it is stable. Now the thing is, when you do CPA business or internet marketing business, if there's a way we can combine the two. So that's how I coined the term. One is foundational income. The other one is windfall income. So I don't mind. Of course, nobody minds, right? I would love to have some windfall income here. Like I have all of a sudden, I have some extra income coming in, but it's based on the foundational income. That means, I don't care which day, I need to have money coming in all the time so I can feel secure. I can feel stable. The business is stable. So this is the business model. This is the foundational income and windfall income. Okay, and I have this. I'll talk about this probably. I don't know, for the past year or so. And actually today I'm going to show you some changes I have discovered to this business model. It's going to be a big change, but for now, let's say this is a business model most people would love to have. Okay, you have foundational income to support your business, support your family, but once in a while you would love to have some windfall, like people do product launches, right? If they do a product launch, they can make whatever $100,000 in a week, or more in a week. So, but basically that one product launch, once it's closed, it's gone. There's no more income coming in. And people could be running a membership site. For a membership site, they charge a monthly fee all the time. So they do have residual income coming in as a foundation. So this is a business model a lot of people will be doing once you are in the business long enough. If you want to run the business stable, if you want to have the security feeding, this is how people run their business. Okay. So taking the example from taking the philosophies from Li Ka-shing, I want to apply this to my own business. So I want to keep it stable. And as a matter of fact, for the last few years, I try to keep it stable all the time. And I didn't even pay attention how to keep expanding. Okay. So anyway, that's foundational income. And it has a few characters, a few traits. First thing is consistent. It can be consistent on a daily basis. It can be weekly. It can be monthly. Okay. It's steady. It's predictable stream of income. It's not easily affected by sweeps. People have their accounts shut down. There could be a sweep coming in, and a lot of people lose their accounts. If you're running a foundational income, you should not be affected by such incidents. Okay, and I used to think, or I used to talk about this as a passive. We will, I put a quotation mark here. We will talk about this later, and it's scalable. it's scalable because I never talked about this before, and I will talk about this as well. Now, look at the windfall income. The windfall income come and go. They are not consistent. They can easily be affected by sweeps, okay? And you need to actively work on it. Of course, if you don't work on a product launch, you will have no launch, right? It is scalable, but it's limited. Also, it has a lot of risks, okay? And the last thing is you can turn windfall into foundational income. People do a product launch, they sell a product, then they offer a membership on the back end. So they have turned the windfall into foundational income, okay? So I'm going to make a disclaimer real quick. As there's no guarantee of any kind in any business, I hope you do understand this steady kind of foundational income is speaking in relative terms, okay? So first thing, let's break down the foundational income. If you want to have a foundational income, we will look at the different components, different parts of it, okay? First thing, you need to have an offer, or you need to pick your own market. You need to where you want to run your campaigns. Now, second, you have to have the promo. Basically, you know how to promote your offers or your products. Okay. Last part would be the traffic source or your ad account. You need to have ad accounts with different traffic networks. That is actually not all of them, but that's the most three important parts of the whole system. So we will be only talking about the three components. Now, first thing is you need to pick your market. If you want to build a foundational income, you need to find your market first. And there's, I love to do business in the mass appeal market, in the mass market. So, anything, if you go to streets and do a survey, ask 100 people, maybe 90 people will be interested in something, or 50 people will be interested in something. I don't quite like the niche market. Niche market is something, only a very tiny portion people likes. And the reason I don't like it is because it's not really scalable. You really can't, because it's limited. The market is limited. And also, when you pick the market, you want to make sure it's evergreen. Evergreen means it's going to be around forever. It's not something come and go. It's not something we need today. Tomorrow we don't need it anymore, right? And also, it has to have plenty of offers to monetize with. You need to have enough choices. You can pick, a lot of people, advertisers, offers to monetize this market. The reason you want to do this is when one offer goes down, you can have a backup to replace that offer. You do not want to, when this offer goes down, you lose it. You lose the income. So that's being affected by one little change in the market. So when you pick a market, you need to keep this in mind, okay? Now, second step is pick your promo. How would you promote to this market? Of course, you can choose, I want to use white hat, I want to use black hat, I want to use a green hat. Whatever promo you want to use is fine. And I'm going to talk about it because for CPA business, a lot of time you do is black hat or gray hat. I'm going to talk mostly black hat today. And one thing to keep in mind is very important. You never want to sacrifice the lead quality. By lead quality, I mean some CPA offers, they pay you when you send some leads to them, okay? And so basically they can pay you, it's called a CPL, cost per lead. And cost per lead, let's say if you have one registration to a website, they pay you, $2, $5, that's okay. But if you want to keep this consistent and evergreen, you never want to send some low quality leads. People do this all the time. A lot of affiliates do this because you can make some quick money. But if you want to make quick money, that's not considered to be foundational income. If you want to run this consistent, you should never sacrifice the lead quality because you need to keep the advertisers happy, and so they can keep taking your traffic. Okay, so you don't get to kick it out. And one thing I want to, if you're MPS member, you know this. I've taught over 1.5 years now. There's no more secrets in promotion. Okay, you can go out and go to a lot of websites and find out people how to promote. You can check their landers, their ad copy, and everything. There's no secret. Um, so when you want to do something, do not get it really, spend a lot of time trying to figure out what's the best way to promote, what's the best way to improve conversions. It is on a tactical level you can optimize, but on a strategic level, you should look at the big picture. This is not something you need to spend a lot of your energy on. Okay. Um, hold on. So today we will be talking about the ad accounts mostly because, like I said earlier, you can pick a market very easily. There's a mass market, and you can see the promo very easily. There are a lot of people running traffic there. You can go there and check the landing page, everything. There's no secret. Okay, so the difficult part is your ad accounts. Okay, now I have listed all the major ad accounts like PPC. You can run traffic with Google AdWords, with Bing or Yahoo. The social, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram now, and Pinterest. And Yahoo native ads, we have Gemini. And content ads, we have Taboola, Rev Content. And PPV, we have traffic events. I list these traffic sources because these are the traffic sources that I personally use and spend a lot of money on. Anything you see under within the brackets is the ones I plan to do, but I haven't done yet. But everything else is I have mastered how to run campaign profitably on these accounts. Okay. Now on the mobile side, we have AirPush. On the media buying, I personally use AxoClick a lot, and for the park domains, we have ZeroPark. Like I said earlier, there's no much secrets in each traffic platform either. You can always learn by doing. So what I see is a lot of people really want to figure out if there's a fail-safe system. I can run Facebook campaigns. I can run Google AdWords campaigns, so I can run profitably. And they spend a lot of time to figure out how to write ad copy, how to improve the CTR, how to use the best creative. But in my opinion, it's just on the tactical level. It's really a small level. It's not really the big picture level. The next level secret is on the strategic level. When I say tactical and the strategic, it is like you can win a battle versus win a war. So you can focus all your attention, put all your resources, all your energy to win a war, win a battle, but you may lose the war. So this is two different level things. I have actually, this is from my own experience. Probably in my earlier trainings, if you go over all the webinars I've done, I talk a lot about how we improve the ad copy, improve the CTR, improve the conversion. There's what kind of techniques, what kind of tricks we can use on Facebook, on Google, and what kind of things we can do to improve our profits. But that is just on the smaller level, on the lower level. We can run a very profitable campaign. We can have 200% or 300% ROI. We can spend a lot of time to optimize to that level. But what happens if we lose the account? Overall for the business, I can run a very profitable campaign, but is my whole business is just about that campaign. So you will realize on the later trainings of my past webinars, I actually start to upgrade the level. This is just also my own growth. I realize, we need to look at from the higher level so we can do things differently. Of course, it's great. You can have a very profitable campaign. You can have, very good day even. You can have a $10,000 a day. But for the overall business, if you are only running this as a windfall, like come and go, this doesn't make much sense because you are not building any foundational income to your business. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Okay, now today I'm going to, like I said earlier, I'm going to talk about how to make your AdWords account. I'm going to take AdWords as our today's example to show you from the strategic level how you can turn these AdWords campaigns and AdWords accounts to build a foundational income. Okay, so this will be the process, the blueprint you can use if you want to get into AdWords. Okay, first step is you open multiple new accounts, 3 to 5 accounts at the start. So when you open a new account, each account has to have its own IP address. Okay, and you have to run a different domain name for each account. You have to use a personal name. This personal name can be your own name, can be somebody else's name. Okay, you have to use a different credit card and billing address, phone number, and email address, etc. Okay, and when you open accounts, you do not want to link them together in any ways. So start with 3 to 5 is a good start, and open these accounts. If possible, you use a residential IP address. By residential IP address, I mean, when you go, you have your internet service provider at home, at your home or at your office, and here in Canada we have routers, we have Bell, and in the US maybe you have, I don't know, you have Bell maybe. I'm not familiar with the providers, but basically you want to have a residential IP, and if you have run some campaigns, you lost an account, you were running that campaign from your current IP address, you can get a different IP. You can either switch to a new service provider, or you can get a secondary internet in your home. I have secondary internet in my home just for this purpose. Last choice, when this is something a lot of people have been doing, is they want to open accounts from a remote server. So when you really want to use this choice, it is fine, but do keep in mind you want to use different hosting companies for your different accounts. You do not want to host your remote servers from the same company. Okay, even maybe you can save a few bucks, but you're really tying your accounts together when there's a review from Google. Okay, I made a mistake, but so that's why I tell you, do not make the same mistake. Okay, so use different hosting companies to host their domains. And this hosting company is different to your remote server hosting company. They're two different things. Do not mix them together. You want to, maybe you have one account with HostGator. I just use HostGator as one example, but do not use HostGator. HostGator is really, really bad right now. Let's say Liquid Web. Okay, Liquid Web is good. So if you have a hosting company with a Liquid Web, you can open another hosting account with Servant. The Servant is the one I recommend a lot. So basically, when you want to promote campaigns, you should put the domain names on different hosting companies. Okay, and also for the domains, you want to make sure you have the privacy protection. You do not want to show your contact information when you register the domain. And for the phone number, you can have a prepaid phone number. Okay, that's like a burner, and you do not want to use virtual phones. I will cover that later. You do not want to use Skype numbers either. Voice over IP is fine, but I would prefer to get a prepaid. You go to your wireless provider store, you can get a prepaid for a few bucks. Not a few bucks, maybe 20 bucks right now. It's getting more expensive now. And also something very important is your tracking software domain. You will have to have a domain to host your tracking software. Your software can be tracking tool or MobiTrax or CPV Lab. So whatever you're using, your tracking domain can stay the same for all your accounts. Of course, you cannot just go like straight to use one tracking domain to show Google, this I'm directing the traffic to. You have to hide it, okay? If you have a winning campaign needs to scale up, you can split your accounts, different accounts by countries. And by that, I mean, if you're running a campaign, you want to scale up the volume, maybe in one country, you want to run in US, In one account you want to run in the US, the other account you open, you want to run for Canada. So you want to separate by account, by countries. So let me ask you guys, does this make sense? Because if you have not run traffic like this before, maybe this doesn't make much sense. I just want to get a little bit feel of how everybody is responding to the message. Does this make sense now? Okay, great. So everybody sees makes sense. Except there's one question, like why the prepaid phone number? Sandra, if you use different phone number, prepaid phone number would be the best when you want to open Gemini accounts. You know, Gemini, they are very picky. I don't know why. Yahoo is very strict about the phone number. If you want to use a virtual phone number with the Gemini, you won't pass through. So they prefer to get your phone number so they can text message to confirm their account, etc. So it's better to get a prepaid. The prepaid, you can have it, for a month or two. If you keep having the account running, great. It's only $20 a month. If not, you can switch to a different one. So that's why I now do prepaid. Okay, great. So great. If this makes sense, I will keep going. So the next step is you run campaign on each account. This applies to Google AdWords. If you open Google AdWords, you set up a campaign, and with 2 days there's no traffic, don't panic, because you will go through an initial review process. As a matter of fact, if you go to your campaign, you mouse over your ads. I believe it's ads. You can see the ad will tell you your account is being reviewed. So for new accounts, brand new accounts, they will review your account definitely. If you want to rush it, after 2 days wait, there's still nothing happened, you can reach out to the support, ask the support, what happened to my account, why I'm not getting any traffic, and the support can always, help you and escalate the review process and, make it faster. Always, within 1 or 2 hours, they will tell you your account has been approved. But do keep in mind, if you fail at the review process, like I said earlier, you have opened 3 to 4 to 5 accounts at the same time. If you have one account failed, you got to be very careful with the other accounts, because Google is very good to find out the connections between different accounts. That is why earlier I said you need to have brand new everything, different things, different address, different billing address. That's the minimum. But you need to make sure you are on a different hosting companies. So there's no way for them to figure out a pattern to connect all your different accounts together. Okay, so you need to take your time and start each campaign's budget at $50. You do not want to start at $5. Okay, do not make a mistake by set at $5 because you're running a warm-up campaign. You're sending traffic to some websites you cannot monetize, so you want to save a little bit of money. You do not want to do that. You want to start the campaign budget at $50. And the reason you want to start at $50 because $50 is a lot easier to ramp up the budget. Now, if you start at $5, you ramp up the budget to $50 because next day you see, oh, my account has been approved. Great. Now I want to switch the links and start running Black Hat. Now I want to start my campaign at $50. So that's a 10 times jump. And this will trigger review. Okay. If actually, matter of fact, Google will give you a warning. You're changing the budget too much. So this will trigger review even it's only $50. So that is why if you start at $50, you can slowly ramp up your budget to $75 a day, $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day. So it's very easy to scale up this way. Okay. Now, if you have 5 accounts, suppose all of them has been approved and warmed up, you are running fine. So if you have ramp up the budget, daily budget to $300, Now you can have $1,500 a day spending power. So with $1,500 a day, is it's a lot easier than you have $1,500 spending on one account. Okay, and also keep in mind it takes patience to build a foundation. Don't rush. You do not want to rush to have 5 accounts ready within the next month. Because once you rush, you will make mistakes. It's just a human. We're human. When you rush to do something, you will make some very, very low level mistakes. Okay, you have to have the patience. When you build a foundation, you want to make sure the foundation is solid. So don't rush. Take your time with one account, with each account, and with each campaign, and also take your time to ramp up your budget. You do not want to have $1,500 spending power next day. You can wait 3 months or 4 months, even 6 months later with $1,500 a day. The thing is, once you do have this $1,500 a day spending power, it's going to stay. It's going to stay there for a very, very long time. So that is why this foundation is very important. You need to have this patience. If you're waiting here, you want to have the patience. Okay, this is very important because I made a mistake. Okay, $1,500 a day with, if you can do 200% ROI, that would mean $4,500 revenue per day, and that is $135 per month in revenue. Okay, even say, okay, hey, I cannot do $200% ROI. That's fine. Let's stay with 100% ROI. So that means $3,000 per day revenue, and that is $90,000 per month. Okay, so this is how you build this business and scale it. If you want to run campaigns on Google AdWords, you want to scale the volume, this is how you do it. You do not want to keep improving, keep increasing your budget on one account. Even you can, of course you can increase to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a day. If you are running black hat, I guarantee you will lose the account. Okay, this applies to Google AdWords because this system is designed for Google AdWords. I'm using Google AdWords as our today's example. So if you want to run traffic on Google AdWords, actually I recommend you start looking into Google AdWords because Google AdWords is more stable. It has great quality traffic, and the best part is it has very, very minimum competition from other affiliates. So this is a big takeaway from this webinar. When everybody is competing on Facebook, do whatever they can to try campaigns, run campaigns on Facebook, I would stay away from this place because Facebook has been so pissed, and they spend a lot of energy and resources now to crack down on affiliates. So you will lose accounts very easily, and for the brand new accounts, it's very hard to open, and simply because there's too many people struggling, competing there on that traffic source. Okay, now if you look at the Google AdWords, this is a quiet place. Nobody is talking about Google AdWords. Nobody is teaching about Google AdWords. And nobody, of course, there are very little people, very small people are running on Google AdWords. If you do with the Google AdWords, if you just follow this strategy, I can guarantee you will have a very stable business in the next 6 months, probably 6 months. Like I said, do not rush it. When you build a foundation, you cannot rush it. I don't want to hype this. You can have the 6-figure a month business in the next month. No, it won't happen. You have to give it patience. Okay. All right. So now let's look at your foundational asset. You will need to have a residential ISP or remote server that will cost you about $40 a month, and you need to have a clean computer. You can use VirtualBox or Parallels if you're on a Mac. If you can actually, for me, I use one Mac, and I can have multiple VirtualBox installs or Parallels. Okay, and for each VirtualBox, I can run a Windows system, so I can access from there. Technically, I would be concerned about the MAC address, but so far so good. So you just keep you can play with this. You can try to use VirtualBox or Parallels. Okay. Um, as an optional cost, you might want to get a modem for $100 or $5 a month. For the hosting, you can. I would suggest you go with the VPS. It will usually cost you $6, $60. You do not want to use shared hosting. Never ever use shared hosting. Okay, and you want to have a prepaid phone. Now in Canada, they used to give you a prepaid phone like for $0, and you only pay as you go. Like you make a phone call, you pay 30 cents per minute. But now everybody is charging $15 minimum per month, and on top of that, you may be paying less per minute. But let's say every month you have to spend $20. Okay, for the domain name, let's say 1 month you pay $1, and for the credit card, you may have an annual fee, you may not, so it's optional. If you do, maybe you pay $5 per month. So the total will add up to around $130 per month. So that's your foundational asset. People look at this, they may be surprised why you have multiple internets at your home. It costs you money. Yes, it does cost me money, but only cost me a little bit of money. And with this money, I can get a lot of returns. So do not get hung up. Why I have to spend money on this, on the phone, on the computer, on this. This is your foundational asset. You need to have the asset to generate income. Okay, and to save your money, actually split the cost. You can open fresh AdWords account, Bing accounts, Facebook accounts, Gemini account, Twitter accounts using the same asset, all from the same computer and with the same resources on the same hosting, same IP address. So they will actually, if you can run good campaigns on these accounts, all of them, that's like you only spend $20 per account. So this will make even more sense. So one profitable campaign can generate 100%, 100 times, not percent, 100 times or even 1,000 times return of the asset investments. So let's say for my account, I have an internet, extra internet, but every month I can have over $10,000 revenue. That's the best investment ever, right? So do not get hung up when I say go get a new internet for your home, go get a new computer, go get a new hosting, and you should. Okay, if you have a profitable campaign, you should. Okay. Now you may wonder, okay, how did you figure this out? Why does this work? I've been running at hundreds of dollars a day campaigns for 6 months with no issue whatsoever. So I could be spending 300, 400 max per day. And I've been running there for like a very long time for 6 months. But eventually when I had to ramp up, when there's a new offer came, I want to ramp up the volume, I spend $4,000 to $5,000 a day. I ramp up the volume I wanted to test the limits, okay? And once I did that, I lost the accounts probably in, let's say, 1 week, 2 weeks. I think it's just 1 week. I made a mistake but that's a good mistake. I want to see how much limit I can run it to. I want to see how much volume budget I can spend per day. So without this sacrifice, so to speak, you cannot figure out how much money you can spend per account. Okay, and also I have tried to rush open 5 accounts using some different information, but still could somehow link them together, and I end up lost them all. And in the process, Google even baited me to expose myself. When I say baited, it's actually funny. They try to, I'm pretty sure this is a human involvement in the backend, because they are, when my account was in the review process, they're sending me a beta traffic. They deliver a beta traffic just to, see if I can do anything with it. I took it a bit. I changed my budget. And then it went to review again, and the next day they told me we had to shut down an account. So I believe there's a human behind it, and Google is doing different things, try to figure out who is running black hat. So they try to kick it out as soon as possible, as early as possible. So in the process, I have lost enough accounts to figure out this foundational system for AdWords, okay? And I have learned, also in the process, I have learned to turn Windfall into foundational income. That's what I said earlier. There's a double purpose for Windfall. By the Windfall, I mean here, like when I ramp up to spending to $4,000 to $5,000 a day, I can make back $10,000. So it's really a good ROI, and I need to, of course, I will take the money, right? But also at the same time, I want to test the boundaries. I want to see the limits. Okay, I want to see what will trigger a review, what will trigger shutdown. And then from there, I can devise my foundational system. So this is why you want to max per day, you want to spend $300 per day. Now you may be asking, why $300? Can I spend more? Yes, you can spend more, but I just want to keep super safe. You can spend $500, maybe no problem. And there's nobody know how much per day spending will be safe. So I have spending $300, $400 a day for 6 months. I know guys, their accounts last for a few years. When I ask how much they spend per day, that is only a few $100 a day. So that is how I devised this number. Let's keep $300 a day and open 5 accounts, so you can spend $1,500 a day. Okay, that is how you scale. Okay, you build one account. If you want to scale to multiple accounts, do this way. You have to really control your urge to ramp up the volume from one account. I know how tempting it can be when you can see, a few $1,000s coming just from one account with like no efforts. But when you want to build a foundation, this is the work you have to do. You have to do it from multiple accounts, and you have to have enough patience, and you have to keep the urge to spending too much. Okay, so there's a mini foundational system, just like AdWords, for each of the following ad accounts. I bought these ones for Google AdWords, for Bing, and for Facebook, for Twitter, for Gemini, and for traffic events. And for this one, Rev Content, AirPush, AxoClick, ZeroPack, you are generally okay if you want to run Black Hat. Okay, but with these ones, bolded ones, Black Hat is definitely not allowed, and they are happy to shut down your accounts. So that is why you need to have a foundational system to work with it. In my last webinar, I showed you guys this picture. This is a picture from G. Abraham, and he used this picture to illustrate his Power Parthenon strategy. Okay, there's so many pillars for this Parthenon, and each pillar represents can be one way to generate traffic, or it can be one way to improve conversions, whatever it is. But if we apply the strategy to this system, and we can apply such mini foundational systems to each ad account. By this, I mean we can apply this to Google AdWords, to Bing, to Facebook, to Twitter, to Gemini, to traffic events. So when we run traffic, when we scale the volume, we want to run from multiple Google AdWords accounts, multiple Bing accounts, multiple Facebook accounts, multiple Twitter accounts, and multiple Gemini accounts. Okay, if we do that way, it's like you building a Parthenon with multiple pillars. This is going to be super safe, super stable. Remember earlier, Li Ka-shing said you have to keep your business stable. This is how you keep your Black Hat CPA business stable. So this is the exact strategy I have used for Google AdWords, okay? And your income will grow exponentially with minimum risk. Because now, when you lose one pillar, will that cause damage to your business? No. Is it easy to get one pillar back? Yes. So there really is not much risk, okay? Li Ka-shing said keep stable means always have cash flow generated in good or bad times. So if you have multiple accounts, supports your business, each account generates $300 a day income, that is a very, very stable income. Okay? Does this make sense now? But guys, tell me in the chat box. Okay, everybody says yes, it makes sense, very makes sense. Okay, there's a question here. Let me take look at the question. Um, how do you create multiple credit cards with different billing address? Eric was asking this question. Actually, you do not need to really use the different billing address for the credit cards. That's why for Google AdWords here, you can use a fake. By fake, I'm not mean really fake. You can use somebody else billing address, and you can use your own credit card. Even the credit card's real billing address does not match up with the fake billing address you're using, it is fine. Okay, this applies to Google and this applies to Facebook, but this does not apply to Yahoo and Bing. So that is why I said it is different mini systems you need to understand. When you want to build multiple accounts, each traffic source is different. I figured this out by really losing a lot of accounts, so I know how they work. So I figured out how I should devise my strategy. Okay, how to get multiple credit cards? That's easy. You go to the bank, ask for money, multiple cards, or find one for your spouse. And sometimes they offer employee credit cards, or you can go to Amazon, go to different retail shops. That shouldn't be a problem. We are a credit card business driven society, so it should never be a problem to get a credit card. Okay. Norman said, I think you can switch IPs with mobile Wi-Fi hotspots. I think you do. That applies to US, I know. But the thing is, I would prefer to have static IP, basically. Um, this, when you want to do this, definitely give it a shot. But if it doesn't work, go with the residential IP. Because many networks now catch up with what we do. They catch up remote servers real quick. Okay, now that's why remote servers is not working as good as before, and let alone proxy servers. Proxy servers has been blacklisted a long time ago. People are using black proxy servers and they hope they will be fine. They will get an instant ban. So now with the Wi-Fi hotspot, I haven't tested. I cannot speak speak if it's working or not. But if you want to give it a try, give it a try. Okay. David was asking, is it good to use a virtual credit card? Actually, I tried a virtual credit card once. It didn't work with Facebook, but I haven't tried virtual credit cards with other traffic sources. So I can't tell you if it's good. The only way to find out is you give it a test. Okay. Eric also asked, but credit cards will have the same name. Like I said earlier, your real name on the credit card is fine. But when you open accounts, you can use the other person's name. This other person's name can be somebody related to you or can be somebody you don't know. Okay, and when you do open that account with AdWords with Facebook, it will be no issue. It will be no problem. Okay. But Ryan was asking, can we able to create AdWords account from each virtual machine with different private IP? Yes, technically yes. Just make sure the IP is different, so that should be good enough. Erica said, is the same name on all credits okay? Yes, that's okay. Like I said, you do not want to use your same name for different accounts. You want to use a different name. That's the name you can come up with. You can make up a new name, so that doesn't matter. Okay, all right, good. So now I have showed you guys this system, but I also have a confession to make. Okay, I call this, actually not I call this, it's something I read. It totally struck me and makes sense. It's called randomness in success. Okay, let me show you the book. Here, this is the book from Creativity Inc. If you have not got the book, this is a book by, let me see, Ed Catmull or Catmull. He is the president of Pixar Animation and Disney Animation. So this book was used to actually contribute to memorize, I think, Steve Jobs. But anyway, this is a great book. Um, On page 156, here's it says, when companies are successful, it's natural to assume that this is a result of leaders making shrewd decisions. Those leaders go forward believing that they have figured out the key to building a thriving company. In fact, randomness and luck played a key role in that success. Okay, and we must be careful not to believe our own hype. All right, so this makes sense because many times we are marketers, okay, and maybe we don't realize this. We believe there's quick money to be made. We believe there's overnight success, and we believe if we build something tomorrow, we should be making money. If it doesn't make money, we feel frustrated. This is a society driven by a lot of marketers giving a lot of hypes, and you are now a marketer, but still you cannot get rid of this hype, and it's built into your subconscious mind so many times. And also, when I look at the past teachings, I always go over the webinars I did before. When I teach something, I thought that was a rule, that was proven formula. You should do this. If you don't do this, you will not make money. If you do this, you will make money. It's kind of silly, and there's so many randomness played when I run my campaigns, and there will be different random things in your business, in your campaigns. So when I figure out something works, it really doesn't mean I have seen the whole picture and I have been able to replicate the same success to your business. This is something really strikes me because all my business, I was hoping I can find one day I can say to myself, I figured it all out. I feel totally secure. I know everything now. And I can retire if I want to. I have enough money. I can feel totally secure. But after so many years, I never one day feel that security. Even though, of course, I made a lot of money in the process, but I was just so bothered why I keep feeling there's still so much to learn, and there's still so much I don't know. So when I teach my guys, why can I say, this is something you do, you will make money. If you don't do, you don't make money. Okay? So I want to make this clear today. The things you see in my webinars, in my past webinars, use it, with your own judgment. Most importantly, think independently. If it works for me, doesn't mean it works for you. But what you can do is actually check why it's working for him. If there's something really, there's a rule there I can use to apply to my business, which can be helpful. Okay, now let's get back to this foundational income thing. I made a mistake for years, and I let my foundational income sitting idle. And I thought the foundational income is supposed to be passive. Okay, I did not do anything intentionally to grow it because I think, a few $100s a day that's a lot of money per year. That's better than a job. That's like my sleeping job. I don't have to do anything on it, so I can get paid. It's very silly to think that way, because I just realized I lost a lot of money, a lot of potential income by thinking this. If you go back, probably let's say 3 webinars back, when I talked about the foundational income, I told you in my own words that it's passive. Okay, it's a big mistake. And as a matter of fact, there's no passive in any business. Okay, even for my real estate investments, I still need to keep on checking things. There's no passive. Of course, I don't have to work all the time for it, but being passive feeling passive is a bad thing because if passive implies you do not have to work on it. So same for our foundational income, it does not imply you can set and forget. If you want to make money, all you want is make money and sleep. You will never make efforts to grow that income. So like Li Ka-shing said, keep stable and keep expanding is the second part. I never really get it. Keep expanding. You keep it stable is the number one priority, but once it is stable, what do? You need to keep expanding. Okay? Once I realized that, it is not I really it's realized this afterwards. I was able to do, let's say for this one, 137,500 with bonus. For on this account, this one 17,000 on this account. This was until yesterday, and this add up to 155,000 if I remember correctly, and with a net profit of almost $90,000. So I just realized I lost so much income just because I was sticking to a wrong belief. Okay, this is a big confession to make because I made a serious mistake, and that could be something. Um, you know, it's really really bad for me to look back at all my past webinars, thinking if everybody doing exactly what I do, they will be a success. So I want to teach you something in my next webinar, just to review. This is one secret I discovered to supercharge your foundational income, and I call it the secret of 2015. Okay, it can 10 times your earnings and with even higher ROI. You have the upside of taking the benefits of being an advertiser without any staff managing. You can keep your affiliate lifestyle. Okay, so in the past people talk about if you want to make more income, you can become an advertiser. But what if I really do not want to become an advertiser? I just want to keep my affiliate lifestyle. I do not want to manage people, manage products, manage shaping all this stuff. But I still want to keep, make majority of the income. So how can I do that? So this is the secret of 2015. I rarely use any hype in my training or my promo. So when I say this is the secret of 2015, I really mean it because this is the biggest discovery in this year for my business. And you can see the difference because it means almost $100,000 per month now profit. In the past, I was only be able to do $100,000 revenue per month. Now it's profit per month. So that's the big difference. Okay. And I will do a webinar. I call this the webinar of 2015 in December. I will review the secret of 2015. And also I will reveal the mini foundational system for major traffic sources. And also I will teach you how to monetize the wasted traffic. Sometimes we waste a lot of traffic and don't realize. I will teach you how to monetize the traffic. And I will also show you how to stretch your funnel to double conversions. Okay, I will also give you the exact script of keeping one tracking domain across multiple accounts. If you have your tracking account blacklisted by Google or Facebook, you do not want to get a new one. You just use this script and you'll be done. You'll be good. Okay, and the only way to access this webinar is becoming a Massive Profit System member. Okay, and I can quickly give you a walkthrough of MPS. And I believe I've delivered some value here, so bear with me for a little bit promo. Okay, so for the Massive Profit System, we have 3 places. One is the members area, Basecamp. We have our own Facebook group, and also we have our Skype group. Okay, so for this members area, we have all the past trainings. I have a poster here of all the webinars and videos. So you can see I started doing the training in April 2014, and actually started the MPS program in May. So all the trainings I did, actually all the past 18 months, showed my own changing in thinking. Okay, I changed from, of course, my income. When I first did the webinar, I have different thinkings. Now I have a totally new level thinkings. So if you go over all the webinars, actually as a new member, you should go over all of them. And if you feel, hey, this was done in 2014 October, does it still work? Even if it doesn't work, like I said, a technical level, maybe something will expire, but the thinking does not. So still go over all of them and all the way to recent webinars, so you can see the changing, the growing of my own business, and you will get a better understanding of my whole training. So it is I don't know how many hours. It is a lot, hell a lot of training in this place, and we also have other materials in this members area, and you can see we have all the discussions and we have everything, all the trainings here. So for our Facebook group, you can ask questions. For our Skype group, you can ask instant messages so people can answer you and everybody can help you out. So that's MPS is about. Okay. And for every webinar I do, I don't really ask for testimonials from my students. And this is one screenshot I got when I finished one webinar. So, the webinar, what I do, I always want to over deliver. And so when people finish the webinar, I want them to get as much information as possible. And also the information has to be applicable to their business. And with that said, for the new webinar we'll be doing, and all these points, each of them will be very, very valuable. And I don't do really module trainings. I would prefer to put everything on the webinar with the queuing at the end. So we have some quick delivery, and also we have some interaction. So that is just the way I hope, this is the best way to make sure everybody can understand. Okay. And also, there's something I want to make an announcement. This will be the last time NPM is open and is available. And if you are not a member with the Massive Profit System, this will be the last chance to become a member. So you wonder why. First thing I want to clarify, as a MPS member, you will continue to get my trainings. Okay, there will still be trainings coming out in the next few months. Don't worry about that. So I will still be here, but I will close the program to take on new members, and because I plan to change my business model, and I will no longer offer this one-time fee for ongoing trainings. Okay, and also this. Let me show you 10%. By 10%, I mean I have on my, I never really do anything to grow my Facebook Playroom members, right? And I only have 588 people. And now I have a paid member, MPS member of about 60 something plus people. Okay. So this means I already have over 10% people become my paid member. So as a marketer, I trust the statistics, I trust the percentage, and I trust this, to the bone. So when I see 10%, I know that's it. That's basically it. Unless I do something to grow my members, I will never get a lot of new members. So basically, that I know. That's why I offer this last webinar to our Facebook Playroom members. For one, as a thank you. For two, if you are still on the fence, this is the time to join me. Otherwise, this program will be closed and will not be offered in the future. And also, when I do training, I always look for the leverage. By leverage, I just work on my own by myself. I do not want to manage employees. I really don't even outsource a lot. So I look at my time really, really valuable. And with the income I'm making, so it's becoming more valuable. So I need to find ways to leverage whatever time I spend. And I want to get, best returns to justify my time investment. Okay. So this ongoing training is great. But at the same time, it does cost me a lot of time to prepare all the trainings, to do the training. I'm not saying it's bad. I would love to really interact with all my students, and I think it's really worth it. But going forward, I want to get more returns for my time investment. So that is why I'm changing the business model. And also, maybe I will pay more attention to the one-on-one coaching so I can leverage more of other people's resources as well. Okay, if you have a locked price in the past, some people pay extra to lock the price to at a certain price point. Now it's time to redeem it, and the price is 3 equal payments of $3.94. You can sign up at this massiveprofitsystem.com/last open. I'm going to post the link here. Let me copy the link. Okay, you should see the link. So this is the link. You can register for the MPS group. Okay, and I also want to clarify if you want to get access to the training, you need to sign NDA. That's what I did for all my members, and there's no refund policy. Basically, I know I'm killing my conversions by not offering any money back guarantee. I just don't have the time to deal with the refunds requests. Of course, it's fair if you want to refund if it doesn't apply to your business, but I just want people who are totally committed to join the membership. Okay, and deadline will be midnight December the 1st, 2015. I know you guys will be having a Thanksgiving holiday over the long weekend, so I'll give you more days. So that will be next Tuesday, I believe. Okay, and remember I said earlier we will have a free bonus. Okay, and this bonus, first thing I want to remind you, whatever information you see, you do not want to give excuses. Okay, you cannot say this doesn't apply to me, this doesn't work in my situation. And the people who can make money is always ask the question like, how can I apply to this my business? How can I use it? What can I learn from it? But for people who only find excuses and not taking action, they will not, whatever information they see or I teach, it will not benefit them. So I just want to give you a fair warning. You need to make some twist, add this to your own business. Okay, so I will show you how it works. Okay, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and for whatever reasons, I want to watch some people teach me how to do skateboarding. I will go to YouTube. I want to watch some TV shows. I go to YouTube. So you can see I have subscriptions to a lot of people. Okay, now here's how you can make money from this. I'm going to talk about how you can make money. You can see all the videos are here is in Chinese language. Maybe it doesn't make any sense to you. Okay, and you can apply this to your own business even it doesn't speak Chinese, understands Chinese. That is fine. It still works. It will take you some creativity, and I only show you how I would do this, considering I understand Chinese and I came from China, and there's some special situations between China and the outside world. Okay, so with this, let's say this is a show. Okay, and this show is China's version of American Idol. Okay, and it's very popular. And of course, this is the official TV channel who did the show. Okay, it has a 1 million views. Now, what you can do or what I can do, there's a problem between China and the outside world is they have an internet green wall. So for a lot of TV shows, for a lot of programs, if you go to try to access the website in China, it's going to be slow. But if you are in China, try to access YouTube, you can't. So it's being blocked in China. And so a lot of people, there are so many people outside of China because there are so many immigrants and overseas workers. So there are tons of Chinese people all over the world who are not residing in China at this moment, but they can access YouTube and they want to watch the shows. So what you can do, this is a little bit black hat. What you can do is you can upload all the TV shows, all the popular TV shows, all the popular movies to YouTube. And you run AdSense on the videos. So with that, you can get a lot of searches because people are searching where they can watch this. This movie just came out in China. I want to watch it. I cannot watch in China. Go to China websites. How can I watch here? And this is becoming a huge trend right now. People go to YouTube to watch China shows. Okay, so this is basically in the nutshell how it works, and you monetize the trend or the searches. Of course, has to be popular shows, popular movies, and you monetize with the Google Ads. Okay, you can get tons of views for no money cost whatsoever, and there are plenty of people doing this right now on YouTube. And all these people speak Chinese, and based on the username, they are Chinese, and they are doing this now. Okay, if you ask how do you know this works, this is simple, basic, common sense. If it doesn't work, if there's no money for them, why would they upload the movies and all the time? Do it all the time. There for a show, maybe there are 50 episodes. Why would they bother to upload all the episodes? Of course, they plug in all the ads, some of them very aggressively onto the videos. So they have each of them have tons of views. Okay, this is how you make money. All right, and you maybe ask, what about the trademark? What about the trademark copyright violation? Like I said, this is a little black hat, but for the people in China, they cannot access YouTube. So even though you are distributing their shows without any permission, and nobody knows. Okay, this is a special scenario just because there's a internet block in China, so makes this opportunity for people to make a residual income. All right, so this is one way to make money with YouTube, and there's multiple ways to do that without actually costing you money. Because there's so many searches on YouTube, you can do that, but I'm not going to show you how to do that. Okay, you can actually just based on this information, you can figure out. People go to YouTube, look for information. You want to show them some viral video or whatever video. If you can get the views and you monetize with the Google Ads, that's it. So very simple, and it just takes a little bit of creativity, and you can do it. Okay, one last piece I want to show you. A lot of people ask me about one-on-one coaching, and one-on-one coaching is 1 year unlimited Skype chat or phone chat. Okay, and I guarantee you to make $50,000 profit for the first year, and the fee is $30,000. And I do have one spot. I can take on one more spot now. And you can reach out to me on Skype. My Skype ID is TopSkyCA. You have to have a chat with me first, so I can figure out if we can work together. It costs you suppose a lot of money up front, so the fee is a lot for a lot of people. So this is definitely not for everyone. Okay, now we'll take a Q&A. If you have questions, ask me in the chat box. Matt said, I highly recommend Eric's training. Thanks, Matt. Jan was asking, if you changing the business model and we no longer offer paid webinars, does that mean there will be no more new content added to MPS? No, I will still add new trainings. Still, sometimes still do webinars, but not so intensively a long webinar. And I will still do the training because I still have new things come out as I do campaigns and learn new stuff. I will still share with the members. So don't worry, you are not left alone cold. Okay. Michael, you're asking the question. If you are already MPS member, you do not need to pay again. No, this is only applies to people who are not a member with us yet. Okay. Jeffrey asking, are you mainly doing search or Google display on AdWords? Are you finding it harder to cloak on AdWords mobile display or getting ads approved? Actually, I do both. So when you're getting finding it harder to get the mobile display approved, you can try text ads. Image ads are harder to get approved for various reasons, and sometimes text ads can auto get approved. So there's a little trick there. Just keep this in mind. Chad said something nice. I have been with Eric since the start, and I can say his program is amazing. Thanks, Chad. Varan said, awesome webinar. I will look forward to getting into your program. Thanks, man. David was asking how much extra budget needed for starting. Just just the 1 month advertising cost. I want to start with the Google AdWords first. So um, the cost thing, actually, how to get into a business if you have never been in this business. People concern a lot about if I have the money to run it. Um, I too had this same question when I first got started. But here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest and transparent with you. You need to lose money first. It doesn't matter how good the training is, how good somebody can promise you will make money fast. You need to lose money to learn. And some people say, hey, this is investment. Well, it is investment, but it is newbie investment, and that means it's dumb money. You have to throw away. So you need to lose money. How much money you have to lose? It depends. Uh, you do not want to lose a lot of money. Naturally, you might want to afford to lose, let's say, a few $100s to a few $1,000 even in the first few months. And the reason is you want to lose money is not a is not to say you have to go out and do something stupid and to try to lose money. It doesn't matter. And of course it matters. You want to lose money so you can learn fast, and you can really understand how it works. A lot of people are really conservative. They try to stay on the show and not do anything, and they don't do anything for a few months. So versus the other people, jump in and I don't care. I want to learn this quick, so I spend a few $100s a day just to see how it goes. The later one will learn faster, right? The second person will learn a lot faster because you have to do it to learn. uh, like I said, there's no for me there's when I say there's no secret in promo. There's no secret in these traffic platforms. It will piss off some people. I know, it's how can you say there's no secret? A lot of people are still teaching this. Of course, there are a lot of secrets, but keep this in mind. Whatever information I teach you come from my own learnings, my own experiments. Every time I did one campaign, I will learn something from it. So this thing became my secret. So I can teach you. So you don't make the same mistakes, or you can use the information to make money faster. And when you do it, you have to do it. You have to learn by doing. And when you do it, you either have one profitable campaign or a flop or loser campaign. But once you finish the campaign, you learn something, and this new thing is your secret now. So everybody is different. Everybody is taking their own routes, and everybody will learn things a lot differently. And when I say I teach you this, it will take this and apply. It's really not accurate. It's really there's a lot of randomness. When you do your own business, you are in a total different environment, and so you can only take the backbone or the most I don't know how to say the most let's say the most basic stuff when I teach you. Okay, so when you learn the basic stuff, everything else is from your own experience. You should do a lot better. Some people can do a lot better than me because they learn fast, they do fast. Okay, you just don't get scared of losing money in terms of how much budget you should have, and CPA business can pay you quick. So cash flow wise, it's not a problem. It's just how fast you want to learn. And of course, I'm not saying you should go out spending money stupidly. You should still be careful, and you should test it with your own money. A few $100 to a few $1,000 is a good start. Sandra was asking, I have only one fiber optic connection, so I can't get another ISP, so remote server. You probably still can. There's cable, there's a ADSL connection. I'm not sure if it's available in your country, but if you can, yes, you have to get a remote server. Chad said something I learned from you is there's no losing money because you make it up in the data and testing. Yes, that's very true. Andrew was asking, how much does it cost per webinar sign up if I use Facebook ads? I'm not sure quite understand your question. Are you saying you want to get a webinar attendees to your webinars and you're running ads on Facebook? How much will it cost? So this really depends. Like there's no fixed rule here. It depends on what kind of webinar you're doing and what kind of market you're talking to. So it could be $1 per sign up. It could be $5 per sign up. Okay. All right, guys. If you still have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Skype or on Facebook. Okay. I thank you guys for showing up today, and certainly had a good time. I hope you learned something you can apply to your business. Like I said earlier, get onto AdWords. Okay. It is a lot better than Facebook. All right. So that is for today. If you are still not a member of Massive Profit System, this is the last chance to join. Of course, I'm already over 10% of the people um, who are uh, who are members. So I'm not expecting to have a lot of people to join me. But if you are still not, I do hope to see you inside. All right, I talk to you guys hopefully in the members area sometime. Okay, bye now.